Alrighty, got my rings on. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bash Harry and this is the Harry Knit. We do a lot of knitting content here, so please subscribe if you are interested. Today, as you can tell from the title, we are doing 20 size inclusive patterns for summer. So I've done a little series on this channel, which I like. I'm probably going to continue, which is like 20 free patterns or like 15 free patterns for summer for beginners. And for this video, I specifically wanted to focus on size inclusive patterns. And so I wanted to make a very quick list to show you guys some of the patterns that I found online on Ravelry and even on Etsy and even some magazines. These are paid. Some of them are free, but most of them are paid. Just that's how it's going. But of course, if there's any that I'm missing out that are free or that you think should be shared, please leave them in the comments down below. Let me know your favorites and then let's get started. I've got the list on my laptop right here. Before we begin though, I do want to state what I consider size inclusive. It is up to 9 sizes. It doesn't have to be 9 sizes, but I think that's just the general guideline for a pattern to be considered size inclusive, is to be up to 9 sizes. There are some patterns that go up to 8, but they're not included in this list. I also wanted to have a pattern in this list that was able to be modified to your preference and your body. So for example, if your arms are a little bit different than the standard sizes, or if you have a longer or shorter torso, that's something that you can easily adjust and add into the pattern. That's what I kept in mind when making this list. But obviously, if you have a different idea of what size inclusive means, then just let me know in the comments, and I would love to kind of expand my idea of what being size inclusive means. So we've got 20 here, which I'm quite surprised about. It took me a while to find 20 different patterns, and we're going to split them up into specifically garments, because these are size inclusive patterns / garments for the summertime. I think accessories like hats or scarves or headbands, they're very much one size and with few variations. So the body is something that's a bit more personal. Obviously, everyone has a different body shape and size, and they're all beautiful, and we can talk about that more in detail, but this one is purely about the patterns itself. So we have tops, we've got sleeveless tops, those are 2 different things, dresses, bralettes, and shorts. I guess that is that. Let's get started with the tops. So the first one that I have here is the So Summer shirt by Jessie May Designs. I love Jessie May Designs. Legit, I think she is one of my favorite knitwear designers. I talk about her patterns all the time because they're just so easy to modify and create to your own unique body shape. And she is somebody who really showcases different types of bodies on her pages, and I really appreciate that. This top that I'm wearing right now is from Jessie May Designs, and you'll see a few of her pieces on this video, because honestly they're great. But the one that I want to point out for the tops is the So Summer shirt. I knitted this in a size 1, even though I'm technically a size 2 in her pattern, or a size extra small, but I'm originally a size S because I wanted to size down for my personal preference. The So Summer shirt uses fingering weight yarn, and when I tell you this is the perfect shirt for the summer, I am absolutely serious. It is a beautiful pattern, and it's something that could be so unique to you. I would recommend definitely going for a plant-based fiber like cotton or bamboo. I use bamboo when making mine, and it fits absolutely beautifully, and it cools the skin on hot summer days, which is where I perpetually live in. Because I've worked with this pattern before, I know that you can easily change the length if you want, but keep in mind this is a bottom up, so you start from the waistline going up. and this has a few increases in short rows. I definitely don't consider this a beginner-friendly pattern because of the German short rows that you have to do to shape the neckline and the body to fit you. But if you are somebody who is a bit more advanced or intermediate or looking to do that kind of work, then this is a pattern that I think would be absolutely amazing. I'm gonna make another one in this pattern, probably in a different color, maybe a white, maybe a blue, who knows? But we're starting off strong. We love Jessie made designs in this household. The second one that I'm recommending on the list is the Look at My Holes by James N. Watts. This is so cute. And this one is also up to 9 sizes using DK weight yarn and 14 stitches in the mesh pattern. I am such a fan of mesh. I've never made a top with mesh yet. I'm planning on it, just don't know when I'm gonna have the time, but I think this is such a cute pattern, and it's a top-down seamless raglan crop top. That being said, I think this kind of pattern, you can easily change it up. You can add more of the pattern for the sleeves and the bottom, so it's something a bit more looser, and you can even size up or size down if you want it to be more fitted. This doesn't actually require that much yarn if you want like a really good stash buster. Here you only need maybe around 600 yards, give or take, about 550 meters, simply because it is a very easy pattern with a very relatively simple stitch pattern, which is the mesh pattern design. So I personally think it's so cute. If you're interested, do check it out. I think it's really cute, and because of the whole mesh design, it's really perfect for the summer. The next thing that I'm recommending here for tops is a recent release, and this is from a YouTuber here. It is the Summer Souffle by Laura Penrose, and this has a whopping 12 sizes, and I know that it has 2 different gauges. So if you're looking for whether one that is double-stranded with like light fingering, because that's what she used in the original, or if you're using a true DK, there are 2 available gauges for you to work with. And the reason why I want to put this one in is because it is, well, one, ruffles are so cute, and they're very in right now for 2022 knitting trends. And this one is so pretty, and it features a fitted sleeve to give more of a t-shirt feel for the summer. But that being said, you have instructions on how to do a personalized bicep circumference, so you can make it more fitted to you, which I actually personally have never heard of until this pattern, and I think that is so cool. This one is up to 12 sizes, so I think the largest here is about 64.25 inches or 163 centimeters for the 22 stitch gauge, whereas the 20 stitch gauge, it's 70.5 inches. So keep that in mind. I personally haven't worked with this pattern yet, but it is something that you want to keep in mind when you're working up any kind of fitted garment, really. Go by your chest measurement first, of course, and then you can do the specific gauge or the specific circumference for your biceps. Count how many times I say keep that in mind. Let's see how many more I can go through. We've got, and this is a really popular one, and I have not made it yet, even though I know that it is basically every knitter has knitted this, and it is the Ranunculus by Midori High Rose. I've seen so many people make this, and because I've seen so many people make this, I was tempted not to put it in because it's just so popular. But the reason why I put this in is, one, it's got 11 sizes. So that's pretty impressive. 11 sizes, and the largest bust circumference is 70.75 inches or 180 centimeters. The second reason why I wanted to put this in is because of the different types of yarn you can use. You can use a lace, light fingering, to worsted weight yarn, so it's up to you whether or not or what kind of yarn you want to work with. And if you did something like lace or fingering with a plant fiber, that would obviously be so much better for summer weather. And a third reason why I decided to choose this is because of how easy it is to modify. Because you can do a long sleeve option or a short sleeve option, which obviously if you're doing it for the summer, you may want to do a short sleeve option if it's hot where you are. And then you can also change up the body length because is it top down? Yes, it's a top down. You can easily adjust the body length to your own preference. So that's partly the reason why I decided to choose this. And this has about 14,000 projects. 14,000, that is so many. Obviously, if you're somebody who wants to see how a finished piece looks on a body that's similar, whether that's a chest circumference or otherwise, then Ravelry projects is a great way to go, and you can see how it finishes, how it looks, how it's shaped. That's kind of what I do as well. If I'm looking for a pattern and I want to see how it looks like on a body that is similar to mine, I just go on Ravelry pages or patterns, and usually I can see what I look for if I just use the advanced search. And the final piece de resistance in this pattern is the Summer Tea by Crystal Hyatt, and this is a free pattern. So this one has 11 available sizes, and it is a crop summer tee, and you can use DK yarn as well. There's a lot of DK yarn projects in this, which I guess go figure, because, you know, it's a summer pattern and then you kind of want, you know, a lot of stash busters, and DK is like a nice middle between fingering and worsted. And the plus side, it is free, and who doesn't love a free pattern? This one as well is top down and in the round, which for me personally, I absolutely love. It seems like a very easy pattern to work on, especially if you're somebody who's looking for a DK weight project that looks really easy and simple to do. So those are all the tops that I have. We're gonna change it up a little bit and move on to sleeveless tops. I think sleeveless tops are a lot more common during the summer, but I personally do not wear a lot of sleeveless items unless I wear it as a layering piece. But if you are somebody who likes sleeveless tops and likes to look cool for the summer while also being cool for the summer, then this is the little category for you. The first one we've got here, which is absolutely so cool, so amazing. It is the Vivian halter by Ponder and Ply. Do you not see how beautiful this halter top is? Oh my goodness, it's got like 3 holes, like 1, 2, 3, and it is negative ease. So keep that in mind. It's supposed to fit really well on your body. So this one is knitted bottom up. So you start from likely your hip or your waist, and then you work your way up before splitting it and working on the halter design. So the yarn they worked with is either heavy fingering, sport, or light DK. Really, you just want to get the gauge right. So it depends. The heavier the yarn, the denser the fabric, but they still maintain the same gauge. If I did decide to knit this up, because it's a summer pattern, I would likely use something of a lighter material, like fingering. Mostly because if I were in the heat and I was sweating, you would want something that was a little bit lighter and less hot to wear during the summertime. If it can get up to like 35 degrees where you are, like it can for us, maybe the best thing to do would be working with bamboo or cotton, something that's super light fingering that would feel really nice on your body. And this is such a beautiful pattern. It was released back in May 2022. Another pattern, and this is a new one that was just released this month, I think, or like last month. It is the Upwards Top by Lily Kate France. I've seen her patterns. They're always so clear and concise and cohesive, no matter what pattern you're knitting up from her. This one is the Upwards Top. It fits the standard 9 sizes, yes, and it uses fingering weight yarn with a gauge of 24 stitches by 36 rows. So this is a top-down pattern as well, and you begin by working the I-cord of the front line and then picking up the stitches and then creating the whole body. So if you wanted to lengthen it or crop it, then this is a really great pattern. If you're looking to be more adventurous, I'm sure you can also create this into a dress. Not saying you should, but I feel like this kind of, like that kind of neckline would look so cute with a dress as well. So the next thing that I found is the Pinch Me crop top by Knititude. This one is just so cute. I'll keep saying cute forever. That's just my standard word. This feels very much something you can find on Reformation or one of the more fancy, trendy websites online. I picked this one out because yes, it hits the 9 sizes. It's beautiful, but I love that little sweetheart detail that she has in this piece. Like you can see right here, it's really, really cute. And I think the rib detail is so unique. She recommends this for advanced beginner to intermediate, but honestly, I think this is more of a advanced beginner to beginner level, just because it seems like you only need to learn how to cast on, knit, purl, do the standard things. I might knit this one for myself, to be honest. I do love a cute little sweetheart neckline. We also have another project that I just finished. It is A Good Tank by Are You Knitting Me. This one is so unique as a pattern because the sizes ranges from A to J, which if my numbers and alphabet is correct, that's like 10 sizes. It measures from the underbust, not your actual chest, which is usually what patterns would recommend. You go from the widest point of your bust. This one actually goes through your underbust, and then you include darts. But what I would say is that another reason why I picked this one out is because of how you can modify it. So yes, bust darts are an option, or you can just do it without it. That's an option. There's an option of waist shaping or not waist shaping. You can make it cropped or not cropped. So it's really up to you what you want to do. And I think this type of top is a really good base on how you want to start your pattern. Another one that I've got here is the Summer Secret Crop by Jessie May Designs. Again, I featured this on my, was it 20 free patterns, I think, for summer? Yeah, I think so. And the reason why I just keep going back to it is because it's such a beautiful top. It really is, and it's something that you can change up and work on for yourself. You do need to maybe do a few new kind of techniques like the Jenny Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off, but overall I absolutely love the pattern. And this one I think is 10 sizes, so you can go extra small if that's your size. And this uses fingering weight yarn, 17 stitches by 29 rows, so it's actually pretty big. I would consider this to have more of an airy feel. Yeah, so I would consider this to have more of an airy feel because the gauge is so big by comparison to the needle and the yarn itself. So keep that in mind if you're interested. And last but not least for this section, we've got the Disco Stitches Gemini Moon Crop. This looks like festival clothes to me in like the best way possible. Well, one, the photo is just so beautiful and so cute. And two, I think it's just so much fun. It does use knitting and crochet techniques. So if you don't know how to crochet, be mindful of that. But that being said, I don't think crochet is that hard to learn if you know how to knit, but obviously you still need different tools. The reason why I chose this one as well, yes, it has the 9 sizes, but I just love a good halter neck top. I think they're just so pretty and so unique. And this one especially, I think, is something you can easily change up and have fun with. Here in the pattern, you can see that she created this eye design with the fringe. Oof, it's just so funky and I love it. This one is a top down, so hopefully it's easy for you to understand as well. So keep that in mind if you are interested in making something like this. So we've got the tops, we've got the sleeveless tops. Let's move on to the dresses. I don't know if I mentioned we have dresses in here, but whatever, let's go. We only have 5. Only have 5. They are a little bit different than each other in different ways, so I'm hoping this is helpful. The first one here is the Knit Girl Summer Top and Dress by Joan Ho. So you get 2 patterns in one. You get a top and you get a dress, but let's focus on the dress right now. This one is 11 sizes, so it ranges from XS to 6XL, and it uses DK weight yarn with 10.5 stitches by 14 rows for 2 inches in stockinette. So about, I'd say 21 stitches. If I remember correctly, you do the dress bottom up in the round, beginning at the folded waistband, and then you pick up the stitches, you do the bodice first, and then you work on the skirt. You can easily modify this if you want. If you have a bigger bust, you can knit it in a bigger size at the top, and then you can maybe work the skirt portion a little bit smaller. So for example, I'm 33 or 34 inch bust. I would work it up in that size, but my hips are 38, so I would work it slightly bigger. And I really like patterns that do that because it's something that could be easily modified to fit your specific body type. There are quite a few more dresses here that I have. The second one is actually something that I've made, and it is the Meiju fall dress. But I'm gonna add that I'm specifying that you should make the Meiju love dress. I made the Meiju fall dress like 2 months ago, but I did it with heavy modifications to suit the summer. And then when I finished it, she released the Meiju love dress, which is a short sleeve version, an A-line skirt. And it is the most beautiful thing ever. Here, she recommends that you use sport DK weight yarn, and this one's something that you can easily modify to fit to your body. So keep that in mind. That's really great. The waist goes from 23 to 50 inches, the underbust 22 to 49, and it also does the hips 30 to 62. What's so great about modifying pieces, modifying dresses or tops or sweaters or whatever, is that you can make it, you know, to your preference, to your needs, to your wants, which is really what I think size inclusive patterns should be. I don't know. It's been a long day. Another dress that I would recommend is the Cloud Bow by Reed Keys. I am in love with this dress. It is the most beautiful dress I have ever seen, and a part of me didn't want to put it in. Not because I want to gatekeep, because I want to share it with you, but the reason why I was tempted not to put it in is because it's only available in a magazine. So the Cloud Bow dress uses lace weight yarn. It's a very sheer dress that you can use as a layering piece for other tops that you're wearing underneath or even another dress. And it has 10 hole sizes from 32 inch to 68 inches with 2 to 6 inches of positive ease. And the reason why I didn't want to put it, like I said, it's in a magazine, so you have to purchase the magazine, get all the patterns in that, whereas you might not want that. You might just want the pattern on its own. I justified me putting this in because I love everything in the magazine. It's so beautiful. The mohair, the aesthetics, the colors, the designs. I personally wanted to get the magazine. It's available online and digital or digital only. This is definitely a very unique pattern. I don't know if everyone wants like a mohair dress, but I do. And I think it looks cool. The next dress that I'm recommending is the Singing Knit dress. This is so beautiful, and it's a top and it's a dress too. So you get 2 patterns in one. That's what it tends to be when it comes to dresses. But I think this top, this dress, is like the perfect summer dress to run around and grab some sunflowers or have a picnic. Like, that's what I'm thinking of when I think about this dress. This one is worked top down, so you do the body first, you do the top before working your way down to the dress. I actually have this yarn available. What she recommends is using knit picks, which I know is very popular in the West, I think in the US, but I have dropped Bell. I might want to do this. It looks like a very beautiful pattern. This one has 9 sizes as well. So if you are interested, go check it out. She does use German short rows, so be mindful of that if you are a beginner. But once you get the hang of German short rows, I actually think it's way easier to pick up than a lot of other techniques. Like even to this day, I do not know how to do brioche. And finally, last but not least in this category, it is Dirty Dancing Dress by Brittany Shoemaker. This dress is so beautiful. Oof! All the patterns that I found on Ravelry is just so beautiful. And this one here is offered in 10 sizes, but it can be custom made to your measurements, which is awesome. And not only that, this has financial accessibility and fair pricing, so you can pay $20, $15, or $10 depending on your accessibility to it. And it has this very modern vintage look, kind of, because it's vintage in the front with the square neckline, but at the back it's strapless, and it's so cool. You can make it strapless or you can make it backless. That's the word I'm looking for, not strapless. You can make it backless. The one thing I will say though is that it is a bottom-up piece, and I know when knitting dresses, bottom-up pieces can be a little frustrating, and I'm not gonna lie, I've done it before. When I do bottom-ups, I'm really sick of making bottom-ups. I just want to start with the actual top, so I actually make it too short. So keep that in mind. If I were you, I would make it starting from the waistline with a provisional cast on, and then do the top first, and then I will start doing the body down for a dress, but that's my own personal preference. So those are the dresses. We have bralettes as well, but we're going to keep this quite short because this video is long enough as it is. The first bralette that I have here, which I've made 2 of, is the Framework Bralette by who else? Jessie May Designs. I've made 2 of these, and I can tell you right now, those 2 bras are so different from each other, and yet they both fit me extremely well. The reason why I put this in other than her other bralettes is because I have personal experience working with this specific bralette, and I know what the pattern looks like. You can make the garment or the bralette fit you exactly. So whether your bust is more wider, or the width or the changes of sizes, how you want to fit it and the length and how it looks is completely up to you, and it will look so different and yet still so good. If you wanted something with more durability, obviously you want to use something like nylon just to make it stretchier and stronger, or you can even add 2 strands of sock yarn together or worsted weight yarn to make it a bit heavier if that's what you like. So this one has about 10 sizes to accommodate 24 to 68 inch bust. So I think this is about 10 sizes, but in the pattern itself, you can include bust darts to change up the pattern to fit your needs. It's really up to you, but I highly recommend this bralette. It is so amazing to work with, and I'm honestly tempted to make another pair. Another bralette that I'm recommending, which I recently found out about, and it was just released in June, is the Nurture Bralette by Celine Phaeton. Yes, it has 9 finished sizes, but it is personalized. So you can do your personalized bust shaping based on the undergarment, your bust darts depending on how much bust difference you have. You can also change up the straps to your liking. I think that is a really great way to do your bras. You want something that is catered to you and what you prefer. That being said, this pattern is in the intermediate level. So you have to do Italian bind-offs, German short rows, half twisted rib, picking up stitches from I-cord, which I've done before and it's a little difficult. So keep that in mind when you're working on this pattern if you're interested. Another thing I want to include in this video about the pattern is that it includes so many different types of modifications. You can alter the strap length, you can add waist shaping if you want to turn this bralette into more of a top. You can lengthen the body or adding bows to the straps. You can widen the center to fit a rounder breast, or move the apex of the GSRs, the German short rows, closer to the center front and widen the straps. So this obviously looks like a bra that you can change up to your personal preference, which is so amazing. So those are the tops, the sleeveless tops, the dresses, the bralettes, and we're going to move on to the shorts. I have 2 shorts right here that I want to talk to you guys about. I like shorts, I do. I just haven't made them yet, but I found these yesterday and I need to share it with you. And the first one that I have right here is the Summer Lounge Shorts by Tamara L. So this is up to 12 sizes. You have to measure your waist and your hip to figure out the appropriate size. This one is an intermediate design though. It's an intermediate level, so be mindful of that. And that's likely because of the short rows, because you imagine your bust, you might need some bust starts. Your butt likely needs a few short rows to like work on that curve, that bootay of yours. So keep that in mind if you do want to work on shorts. A lot of them would likely need you to do short rows for the butt so it doesn't ride as high as the others. It's likely you'll also need a few sewing skills because it does require an elastic band, but I guarantee you if you have like some sewing skills, sewing a elastic band into your shorts is very, very easy. So I've been told. I've never actually done it before. And last but not least, we've got the Hemingway shorts by Lara Booth. This one is so beautiful as well, and it has a lot of sizes. It's up to 14 sizes. So it has a classic shape with a slight drape to emphasize the many knitted hems, and it has pockets, although the pockets are optional if you want to put them. You may have to add a little bit of seaming, but if that's something you're interested in and if you're willing to put in the work. This also recommends using drops bell, which is great for the summertime, but you can also use other things like cotton or bamboo. Just keep in mind you may want to size down just in case. And yeah, that is all 20 patterns that I found for summer. Quite long, extensive list, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed it. If I missed something or if you think there should be a pattern here, feel free to leave it in the comments down below and we can start a discussion, let other people know about the patterns that you love. And yeah, if you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.